This has been probably one of the most pathetic seasons so far. It hasn't rained in nearly 2 months, so everything is just struggling. It was at a key time when you're trying to get everything established in the garden, and you kind of need rain at that time. Otherwise, you spend all your time watering your garden and just trying to give it enough water to get started, and even that is it's really pathetic because it's just never enough water to get things going. We've also had record-breaking May temperatures. Like May set a record in like 8 states for the hottest hottest May on record. It was over 100 degrees, 102 at one point I measured, and we had a little reprieve recently of a couple of days where it was in the low 80s, and then it's gone back to 90s every day and sunny every day, and it's just the same day every day, hot, dry, desert conditions. So this is some of the water spinach that I got from the Asian markets. I just got some cuttings, brought them back, and I've gotten them going. Last year I planted them out here, and they just got eaten by rabbits because the rabbits were getting into my garden. These are little lemongrass starts that I also got from the Asian market, and this was one that I brought from St. Pete. Unfortunately for us in our climate, we can't have lemongrass going year-round, so you have to start it new in the spring, and it struggles to get established at first. By the end of the season, this will be a huge clump of grass, but right now it's just not enough to be using it. These apple trees here have some fruit on them. They never really seem to fruit that much. They're just not a vigorous variety. I guess there's quite a few on this one. And then this pear only has a couple of fruit on it this year. It fruited like crazy last year, and I did thin it, but it still does not have much in the way of fruit this year. And this was my project of yesterday, which was to raid the Sky House jungle for its irrigation piping. I put this irrigation system in many years ago, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, when I was taking care of the Sky House garden. And because the Sky House garden hasn't been gardened in 3 or 4 years, it's growing up into a jungle. It's kind of getting taken over by mulberry bushes, trees, and I was thinking, I'm spending so much time watering, and I knew that irrigation system was just sitting there not being used. It needs some repair, but I think I can sort of cobble together a full system that will work, and I'm going to install it in this garden, which is now rabbit-proofed, I think. It is now garlic scape season, so I'm going to have to pull the scapes off of these. If you don't know what garlic scapes are, they're basically the immature flower clusters of the garlic plant, and they usually set these, around early June, and then you have to yank them off, because if you leave them on, they'll put most of their energy into forming these little bulbils on top of the garlic plant, and then they won't put as much energy into the bulb that's underground.
Okay, so this is just to provide proof of what happens to storms when they reach us. This has happened so many times that the radar has shown this. Look at all those red clouds and everything. Those storms headed straight for us. We are right here. And this is so close to us, it's hard to imagine that it couldn't hit us. But this has happened about 10 times in the last couple of months. And every single time, when it gets anywhere near us, it just suddenly disappears. So we'll see if it happens this time. still don't buy it. Big dark clouds coming. This has happened so many times too. Well, this is the rain we needed. If it continues, this will definitely be it. And it's good that it's coming relatively early in the day, because then things can dry off before nighttime. So you can see this is where we are here, and it is pretty much dissipating. We got some rain, we got a little bit of a downpour, but it only lasted about 5 minutes at the most. But you can see how those clouds just dissipate as soon as they get to us. This is what has happened every single time. Blue sky, holes in the clouds. After months and months without rain, we finally are getting a big rain. It's been raining for maybe like a half an hour and pretty heavy sometimes. There's a river running down the path out there. And of course I have some laundry out there. That must have been why it rained. But I don't care. I can deal with a little bit of wet laundry for the sake of having some rain and not having to water the garden. This is the kind of rain that will definitely revive everything and make it go into overdrive as far as growing, because rainwater is just so far superior to any other kind of water that you water with. Plants just grow like crazy with rainwater. This is a little unexpected. Just came out in this huge rainbows here. It's been raining a lot of this afternoon. So although we did get some rain in the middle of the season there, we actually went back to drought conditions. It was quite a bit of rain, but it wasn't enough to really bring us back out of the drought. And then it was dry for a long period again. So that's the way it goes. So we actually had so little rain this season, especially in the early part of the season, that a lot of the farmers around here who are growing hay did not have enough pasture growing to get hay put up for the winter. And so one of our neighbors asked us if they could cut hay on our prairies. And we let them do that, but you know, it's kind of a serious situation when they have to go to their neighbor's land and cut prairie for feed for their animals for the winter. Well, I'll be giving you updates later in the season on what's going on, my harvests, and how the weather is treating me. So keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, share, and give a thumbs up to the video, and I'll see you next time.